everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope today finds you doing wonderful. Today I want to talk to you about helping yourself and self-gain. What is the difference? I'm Lady Starfire, and I'm here to bring you more witchy tips. Now, thanks to shows like Charmed, which I adored, by the way. I'm not saying anything bad about it because I really love that series. But there were things that they did that people have taken out of context over the years. I hear them say all the time, oh, I can't do that. That's for self-gain. What they meant was not being greedy. It's like I've talked to y'all about this before, I believe, in some videos about not being greedy. Self-gain simply means I am doing something to better my life. If your intent is, oh, well, I have to win all the money, you're being greedy, right? That's not really, I guess that's really more what they were talking about in the self-gain. It doesn't mean that you can't do a job spell to help you get a job or a money spell to help, get a raise or whatever. That's helping yourself. Why would we think that we could only help others? If I don't do something to help myself, how does somebody else think that I'm going to be able to help them? So we talk about all the time that, poor Pagan. Well, that's because nobody seems to do things for themselves. And a lot of times, we fall into a rut of just doing things to help others and not doing for ourselves. And, I've been guilty of that a lot. I give and I give and I give. And, I don't usually end up giving to myself until my body goes, hey, we've had enough, and then I have to rest. So, we have to also do for us. And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing from Charmed about self-gain, it was taken out of context with most people to think you weren't allowed to do anything for yourself. And that is so wrong. Don't do anything that's greedy for yourself. So, if you need to do a money spell, do a money spell. Ask for what you need and a little bit more. If you need healing, ask for healing. It's okay. There's nothing wrong in doing stuff for ourselves. It's like if you're sick or injured, you're going to go to the doctor, right? Isn't that helping yourself? Yes, it is. It's the same thing as lighting a candle or working some spell or whatever to help. It's still helping yourself. And that's okay. That is not anything wrong with it, not bad. So quit letting people tell you that it is. Remember that Hollywood is that. Yes, Charmed was an awesome show, and it was trying to teach ethics of not being greedy. But unfortunately, the translation got kind of messed up, and the way that it got put forth and the way people interpreted it, which that's the key thing there is how they interpret it, was that you can't do anything to help yourself. So remember that, if you don't help yourself, you can't help others. I like to explain it this way too. If you've ever flown, when the flight is fixing to take place, the steward or stewardess is up there on the mic and they're explaining all the things, where the exits are, and that if there's loss of cabin pressure, the oxygen mask will drop down. If you have a child with you, put the mask on yourself first, then onto your child. Well, most parents go, no, I have to put it on my child. Okay, the reason that they tell you this is because if you put it on your child and then you lose consciousness, your hand's going to fall down and now you both die. So you have to make sure that you have some air so that you can help the child. And then you can come back and forth. But, this is going back to that sometimes you have to help yourself first. And if you're not willing to help yourself, how do you expect anybody else to? The whole thing from the Bible, sent you 2 helicopters and a boat, what more do you want? So same thing, you have to be willing to help yourself. You have to have the knowledge to help yourself. And you have to help yourself without greed. Because greed equates to the self-gain part. But there's nothing wrong with making your life better. There's nothing wrong with burning a candle for prosperity, as long as you ask that for harm none, for a peaceful home. Any of these things. If you've got to go to court, you do a court case, to get the best outcome. There's nothing wrong with it. It's okay. It's kind of like some people say, oh, you have to have your tarot cards, gifted to you. And that's a bunch of crap too. You go pick it out for yourself. If you don't feel a connection to them, what good are they? You're not going to be able to read with them. So there are plenty of things that are okay and preferable to do for ourselves. We do our own protection. We do all of these things for ourselves because it's kind of like having somebody come to me wanting me to do a love spell for them. I'm going to tell them no, because I don't do spells for people anyway, but I would tell them no. And when they look at me and ask me why, I say, because I don't want him. And if I'm putting my energy in it, it might draw him here. And he comes on my doorstep, my husband's going to want to kill him. And I'm going to be running for the hills. So, if you want something bad enough, you need to do it yourself. And you need to do for yourself. It's okay to ask for help and knowledge and information on how to do it. But you do things to better your life. If you're needing a job, burn a job candle. Do a spell or a ritual to attract to you the right job. And then, it's okay. So quit letting people tell you that it's not okay. Quit letting TV tell you it's not okay. And if there's anybody out there on the social media telling you it's not okay, click, pass them on by. Because for some reason, they're trying to control you and stop you from doing what you need to do for your life. I hope this makes sense to you. If it does, hey, leave me a comment down there. Let me know that I'm getting you good information that you can use. Let me know how you use these things for your benefit. And, if there's places that are telling you otherwise, let me know. I'll be happy to educate them or share my video to them. Let them learn for themselves. But don't be bullied. Don't let people tell you that you can't do things. Just always remember, and it harm none. It really is important. It's not a Wicca thing. It's a good person thing. It's saying that your intent is to not harm anyone for you to get what it is. Is it impossible to never do harm? Yes, it is. It's not impossible to have the intent of not doing harm. There's a big difference there. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get something, but it allows things to shift and move and all this until it can come together without causing harm. Okay? So I hope this makes sense to you. If you got any comments, questions, leave them down there for me, okay? In the description, there is a link for those of you that would like to buy me a coffee. I appreciate it. Thank you much. And then for everyone else, I really appreciate you being here, watching my videos. I appreciate my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, click that. Click the little bell. And that way you'll be notified when I do videos. I have started doing lives, by the way. I got one done last week. It's kind of so-so, trying to get my computer and programs to work correctly because I can't use this camera and stream from it. So I'm working on it, but I plan on trying to do at least one live a week, maybe more. I've got some ideas on some things besides just question and answers, but I'll probably include that time in each one. So until the next time, I appreciate you. You're wonderful, you're beautiful, and you are loved. And if you think by nobody, I do. I love you all, and blessed be.